All men must watch this video. She's already into you if she does these 8 things. Old Stoic wisdom. Love is not about possession. Love is about appreciation. Osho. Ever find yourself wondering if a woman is really into you, but you just can't quite figure it out? It can be tough to read the signs, especially when emotions are involved. But what if the answers have been around for centuries? Stoic philosophy, with its focus on clear thinking and understanding human behavior, can actually help you spot those subtle cues. In this video, we're going to break down 6 clear signs that show she's already into you, all backed by some solid Stoic wisdom. Stick around to learn how these ancient ideas can give you the confidence and clarity you need in today's relationships. Sign 1. The lingering eye contact. Now, let's dive into the first sign, the lingering eye contact. This one is subtle, but it's one of the most powerful indicators of attraction. You know that moment when your eyes meet and she doesn't look away immediately, holding your gaze just a little longer than most? That's no accident. It's intentional, a silent but powerful signal she's sending without a word. This is the very essence of old Stoic wisdom. Actions speak louder than words. Eye contact, especially when it lingers, is one of the most primal forms of human connection. When someone is attracted to you, their instinct is to lock eyes and maintain that connection, even if it's just for a few extra seconds. It's like a wordless conversation unfolding in that fleeting moment. And if her expression softens, or if she smiles while holding your gaze, it's a clear sign that she's interested. Now, understand this. Eye contact isn't just about attraction, it's about intimacy. When she holds your gaze, she's not just looking at you, she's inviting you into her world, even if it's only for a brief moment. It's a subtle invitation, testing how you respond. Do you hold her gaze too? Do you smile back? These moments are opportunities for a deeper connection, and how you react can speak volumes. This is where the Stoic principles of self-control and awareness come into play. You must be aware of the subtle cues and respond accordingly, without hesitation or overthinking. Remember, you're not just reacting to what you see, but to what you feel. This is how iron mind works, keeping emotions in check while reading the situation. The psychology behind eye contact is fascinating. Research shows that when eye contact is prolonged, it releases oxytocin, sometimes called the bonding hormone. This is the same hormone that makes mothers bond with their children, the same one that builds emotional connections between partners. So, when she locks eyes with you, it's not just her mind that's engaged, it's her body chemistry too. She's experiencing a deeper connection to you in that moment. It's not just about attraction, it's about bonding. And in that fleeting second, she is inviting you into that moment of connection. This is where the true power of Stoic wisdom comes in, recognizing the subtle signals and not rushing to judge them, but rather appreciating their deeper meaning. However, not all eye contact is the same. You have to be careful. If her gaze feels intense or maybe uncomfortable, it might be curiosity or something else entirely. That's not about attraction. It's crucial to pay attention to the context. Does she lean in when you're talking? Is she smiling? These body language cues give you more than just a clue. They give you the entire context of her emotions. If she's showing warmth, trust that it's a sign of interest. This is where the ability to remain calm and composed, as the Stoics taught, becomes essential. Observe the small details and stay present in the moment, not reacting out of impulse, but responding with measured awareness. This is how you make sense of the world around you and interpret people's actions accurately. And remember, reciprocity is key. If you notice her holding your gaze, don't be the one to look away first. Hold her gaze just a little longer. Let her know, without saying a word, that you're just as interested. A simple smile, a slight nod, these actions matter more than you think. It's a silent agreement, a confirmation that you're both engaged in the moment, and that subtle bond strengthens with every shared look. This is where you channel the power of your iron mind, controlling your instincts, showing confidence and composure. So the next time you're talking to her, and you notice that she holds your gaze longer than usual, don't dismiss it. Don't shy away from the moment. Recognize it for what it truly is, a powerful and subtle sign that she's into you. It's her way of saying, I see you, and I like what I see. This is not a signal to be missed. It's the kind of subtle attraction that, if recognized and acted upon with the wisdom of the Stoics, can lead to deeper connections. Attraction often comes in the smallest moments. Eye contact, a lingering glance, a shared smile. Keep your eyes open and watch for these signs. They're all around you, waiting to be discovered. Sign 2. The subtle touch. Let's dive into the 2 sign, the subtle touch. This is a powerful signal of attraction as it directly breaks the physical barrier between 2 people. Think about those moments when she brushes your arm, nudges you lightly, or somehow finds an excuse to touch your hand. It may seem like a trivial gesture, but in reality, it's a profound expression of her interest. The touch is one of the most primal ways to communicate connection and attraction, an instinctive bodily signal that transcends words. Let me explain this. Touch is the most primal form of communication between humans, one that bypasses the mind and goes straight to the body. When a woman is attracted to you, she'll instinctively find these small yet significant ways to make physical contact with you. It's her way of testing the waters, gauging your response, and seeing if you are receptive to her advances. When she touches you, she's looking for feedback. Do you recoil or lean in? Do you reciprocate with your own touch? Your reaction speaks volumes about your level of comfort, your interest, and your readiness to move beyond casual interaction. Now, why is this so important? Because touch creates an undeniable sense of intimacy and connection. With every subtle touch, whether it's a light brush of the hand or a playful nudge, she's signaling, I'm comfortable with you, I trust you, I want something deeper. This is a clear indicator that she's interested in building a connection with you, a bond that goes beyond surface-level interaction. And this is not just a mental calculation, it's something more primal. When she touches you, it's her body's way of reacting to the chemistry she feels. It's not just the mind at work, it's also her oxytocin, the bonding hormone at play, enhancing the emotional connection. But let's dive deeper into the psychology here. The touch releases oxytocin, the same hormone that helps mothers bond with their babies and makes partners feel closer to each other. So every time she touches you, it's not just her trying to get closer, it's her body responding to the natural pull of chemistry and attraction. This is not just a casual gesture, it's a biological cue that she's creating a bond with you in that moment. And understand this, not all touches are the same. There's a subtle difference between a casual, friendly touch and one that carries genuine intent. When her touch feels light, easy, and natural, it's a good sign she's into you. However, if it feels stiff or uncomfortable, it may simply be a polite gesture without any deeper meaning. It's important to observe the full context and her body language. Is she smiling? Leaning in? These are small yet important signs that give you a better understanding of her level of interest. Her body language is constantly speaking to you, and by paying attention to these cues, you will better interpret what's going on beneath the surface. And let's not overlook the power of reciprocity. If she touches you, you don't have to hesitate. Respond in kind. A playful nudge or a light touch on her arm in return will reinforce the connection. But remember, respect the boundaries. Keep it light, keep it casual, and most importantly, make sure it feels natural. A touch that feels forced or invasive will only create discomfort, so avoid anything that could be misinterpreted. So the next time she touches your arm or your hand, don't let it slide by as a harmless, friendly gesture. Recognize it for what it is, a clear sign that she feels comfortable with you and is signaling a desire for deeper intimacy. She's testing the waters, and if you respond well, you could find yourself moving toward a much stronger connection. This is where the Old Stoic wisdom comes into play, understanding the subtle signs and knowing how to navigate them with confidence and self-awareness. The Stoic rules of connection are not about waiting for big, overt gestures. They're about observing the small, subtle ways in which people communicate their true intentions. Pay attention, stay aware, and don't miss out on the moments that might just lead to something deeper. Attraction is often communicated in the smallest, most subtle ways. As you learn to pay attention to these signals, you'll realize that these opportunities are everywhere. Stay sharp, stay present, and you might discover that the woman you've been interested in has been sending you these signals all along. Remember, the old paths of wisdom often teach us that the most powerful signs are the ones we least expect. Trust your instincts, observe the small things, and move forward with confidence. If you're picking up on subtle touches, it's time to recognize them for what they are, a sign that she's into you. So, here's the call to action. If you've noticed these signs in your own life, drop a comment right now saying, "I recognize the power of subtle connection." Sign 3. The playful tease. Let me tell you something. If you're paying attention, you'll recognize this sign, the playful tease. It's subtle, but it's one of the clearest signs she's already into you. When a woman starts joking around with you, poking fun at you, or giving you a hard time, don't mistake it for just harmless banter. There's a deeper meaning at play. She's testing you, testing your confidence. She wants to see how you'll react. And let me tell you, how you react says more than you realize. Will you laugh it off? Will you throw the joke back at her? Or will you retreat into your shell, getting defensive or uncomfortable? Make no mistake, how you handle the tease is a direct reflection of who you are, and that is exactly what she's observing. Now don't overthink it. Playful teasing is her form of flirting. She's creating a space where the two of you can engage without pressure. It's a game, a light-hearted one, meant to test the waters, to see if you have what it takes to keep the energy flowing. And you know what? She's right to do this. In the world of Epictetus and Stoicism, we learn that relationships, like life itself, require confidence. A man who knows how to laugh at himself, who can engage in playful banter without taking himself too seriously, shows strength. It's a test of your social prowess. If you pass it, she'll begin to see you as someone who can hang with her energy. This teasing isn't just about fun, it's about connection. She's lowering her guard, revealing a playful side that she only shows to someone she feels comfortable with. It's like saying, "I trust you enough to be myself, to let go of my serious side, and I want to have fun with you." In the wise words of Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you respond with ease, with humour, you're showcasing that you don't just let the small things throw you off. You're unshakable. You're someone she can build a rapport with. But let's be clear here. Not all teasing is created equal. If her teasing feels fun and light, it's a good sign. But if she's being critical or mean-spirited, that's a different story. That's not playful. It's an attack. Pay attention to the details. Is she smiling? Is she laughing? These are your cues that she's testing, not attacking. She's giving you permission to engage in this playful banter because she enjoys your company. But if the tone shifts, if the teasing feels like it crosses a line, understand that it might signal something else entirely. You need to be sharp. This is where the wisdom of Epictetus comes into play. He taught us that it's not the actions of others, but our responses that define our world. Stay calm, stay grounded. Reciprocity is key here. If she teases you, throw it back her way, but with respect, with charm. Don't overdo it, but do engage. Remember, playful teasing is a dance, and in this dance, you both need to be in sync. Keep it light, keep it fun. It's a powerful bonding tool. Don't be afraid to push the envelope a little bit, but always be mindful of her boundaries. It's all about balance. Here's what you need to understand. When a woman teases you like this, it's not just idle chatter. It's a message. She's telling you, "I enjoy being with you. I want to see if you can keep up with my vibe, and I'm willing to let my guard down to see what you've got." That's a signal you cannot afford to miss. And if you're smart, you'll use it to build a deeper connection. You'll understand that attraction doesn't always announce itself with fireworks. It often whispers through the smallest gestures, the simplest moments, like playful teasing. Don't be blind to the small signs, my friend. When you recognize and respond with confidence, when you hold onto your sense of humor and don't buckle under pressure, you're showing that you're the kind of man who is worth her time. And that's what makes the difference. In the world of Stoicism, strength lies in self-mastery. That's exactly what this playful exchange is about. The more you embrace it, the more you'll see how attraction builds in the most unexpected ways. Keep your head in the game. Recognize the signs. Respond with the calm confidence of someone who understands how the world works. Someone who understands that stoicism and connection go hand in hand. And always remember, she's testing you, but you're in control. Sign 4. The curiosity factor. Let me tell you something. When a woman shows genuine curiosity about you, it's not just polite chit-chat. No, it's a clear signal, one that you cannot afford to ignore. In this game of attraction, when she's digging deeper, asking you about your life, your dreams, your passions, she's revealing her interest in you. She's not asking about your favorite food for the sake of filling the silence. She's evaluating the potential of something real. Do not mistake this for small talk. She's not interested in the surface-level nonsense. She's getting to the heart of who you are, testing if you're someone she can invest in, someone who aligns with her future. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Curiosity is not about asking endless questions. It's about understanding your depth. When a woman asks you about your childhood, your goals, your passions, or the stories that shaped who you are, recognize it for what it is, an emotional investment. She's trying to figure out if there's something long-term here. This is no trivial matter. She's looking beyond the surface, beyond the external layers of who you seem to be. She's assessing if the man she's speaking to is worthy of her time, her energy, her emotions. Her curiosity is a powerful tool in the dance of attraction, and you would be wise to pay attention to it. This is more than just asking questions. This is self-disclosure theory in action. According to this psychological principle, when two people exchange personal information, it creates a bond of trust and intimacy. Every time she asks you a question about your dreams or your experiences, it's her way of inviting you into her personal space, a space that's reserved for people she considers valuable. When you answer those questions honestly, you are, in turn, strengthening the connection, solidifying that bond. This exchange deepens the relationship and draws you both closer together. Don't underestimate the power of these moments. They are far from incidental. Here's the trick, though. Curiosity isn't just about the questions themselves. It's about the depth of those questions. Is she asking questions with genuine interest, or is she just filling time? Pay attention to her follow-up questions. Does she engage with your answers? Does she listen intently? These are the signs of someone who is truly invested. If her questions are deep, layered, and provoke thoughtful responses, then understand this. She's giving you a signal. She's not just curious. She's actively trying to figure out if you're the one. And here's where most men mess up. They get so wrapped up in their own heads, they forget that the curiosity goes both ways. She's opening the door for you. Why not walk through it? Reciprocity is key. Ask her questions. Probe her passions, her goals, her history. When you show curiosity about her in return, it balances the dynamic and ensures the conversation flows naturally, without the awkwardness of an interrogation. This back and forth is the foundation of a healthy connection. You both learn, you both grow, and you both develop a sense of mutual respect and admiration. So, next time she's asking you personal questions, don't brush it off. Recognize it for the powerful signal that it is. She's telling you without saying a word, "I want to know you because I see potential here. I see something worth investing in." Don't ignore that. It's a sign of her emotional investment, and it's one that should make you feel powerful. You're not just talking, you're building a connection, creating something real. And in the words of Epictetus, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. React wisely. Stay present. Be the man who recognizes the signs and seizes the opportunity. If you've made it this far, you're on the verge of understanding the true signals of attraction. Don't let the chance slip by. When a woman shows genuine curiosity about you, it's a clear sign of emotional investment. Recognize it and step up. Comment below, "I'm ready to build something real." Sign 5, the mirror effect. Let's move on to the 5th sign, the mirror effect. This one is fascinating because it's completely subconscious, yet it speaks volumes about how she feels about you. The mirror effect, also known as mirroring, is one of the most powerful and subtle indicators that she is genuinely attracted to you. It might seem like a small, even accidental occurrence, when she mimics your posture, gestures, or tone of voice. But don't mistake this for coincidence. It is the subconscious act of alignment, a deep, natural instinct that shows she feels a connection with you. Think of it as her way of saying, "I'm on your wavelength, I'm in sync with you." This behavior is rooted in psychological principles, like lie synchrony, which demonstrate that our minds are wired to seek emotional connection with others. As you become more attuned to this sign, you'll recognize how the smallest changes in her body language, a slight shift in posture, a mirroring smile, or a tone of voice that mirrors yours, reveal her true feelings. The mirror effect builds rapport and trust. As two people connect emotionally, their behaviors start to align, becoming a seamless dance of gestures and speech patterns. Her subtle mimicry is not just a signal that she's paying attention, it's a signal that she's drawn to you, comfortable around you, and seeking deeper emotional synchronization. But be aware, not all mirroring is the same. If she copies you effortlessly, the attraction is real. However, if her behavior feels forced or exaggerated, it may not carry the same weight. Trust your instincts to assess whether the mirroring is natural or overdone. And here's where your own actions can shape the dynamic. Reciprocate. By mirroring her behavior back, subtly, of course, you can strengthen this bond. Just don't take it too far. Excessive copying can break the harmony and create discomfort. This is where the iron mind of Stoic principles comes into play, understanding the subtle balance between action and restraint. Recognize these signals and use them to gauge where you stand in her eyes, but be careful not to overanalyze. Stoic wisdom teaches us to be aware of our surroundings and how others react to us without overreacting. Attraction is often communicated through the smallest, most subconscious cues, and these signs, like the mirror effect, are essential to understanding how someone feels about you. Next time you notice her mirroring your behavior, take it as a sign that she's invested emotionally. It's a natural human instinct that strengthens the bond between two people, a sign you shouldn't ignore. Pay attention, and you'll find that she's been dropping these subtle, powerful signals all along. Don't let them pass you by. Sign 6. The protective behavior. Don't overlook the simple acts of care and attention she gives you, because they are powerful indicators of deeper feelings. When a woman starts showing protective or nurturing behaviors, like asking if you've eaten, checking if you're feeling okay, or noticing when you're stressed or upset, it's not just small talk. These gestures may appear simple, but they reveal that she's emotionally invested in your well-being. Women have a natural nurturing instinct, and when they care about you, they protect you. Whether that's reminding you to take care of yourself, worrying if you're out too late, or keeping track of how you're feeling. This behavior is rooted in attachment theory, which tells us that humans have an instinct to protect those they care about. It's her subconscious way of saying, "I care about you, your happiness, and your health." It's not just a passing moment, it's an invitation to create emotional intimacy, a bond that is essential for building something long-lasting. In the world of Old Stoic wisdom, we understand that emotional bonds are built on trust, care, and understanding. Recognize that when she shows these signs, she's investing in you and the relationship. When you show appreciation for her care, acknowledging her protective behavior in a genuine way, it only strengthens the emotional connection, making it stronger and more meaningful. This is where Stoic principles come into play. Acknowledge the actions of those around you with clarity and intention. Don't dismiss the small gestures. They're often the most significant, and they speak volumes about the level of emotional investment. In real life, it's easy to take these things for granted, but if you want to build a lasting connection, you must pay attention. Recognize the subtle signs of affection and care. A woman's protective behavior is an expression of her feelings. It's her way of showing she's emotionally tied to you, and you must respect that with the strength of an iron mind. So don't ignore the small things. Be aware and return her care with the same respect and attention. This is how deep bonds are forged. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. Sign 7. The shared future talk. When a woman begins discussing a future that includes you, it's one of the clearest signs that she's genuinely interested. Whether it's talking about a trip she hopes to take with you, or casually mentioning future activities she wants to experience together, her words reveal a deeper level of consideration. This isn't just idle conversation. This is her way of subconsciously incorporating you into her long-term plans. She sees you in the future. She's not simply enjoying the present with you. She's actively imagining what life could look like with you by her side. And that's a powerful signal. As the Stoics believed, an iron mind isn't swayed by temporary distractions. And this long-term thinking is a sign of someone with clarity and intention, as opposed to those who live only in the moment. Why does this matter? It matters because it shows she's not just focused on the here and now. She's giving you a glimpse into her future. And when a woman does this, she's indicating that she sees you as a significant part of that future. It's a subtle but clear indication that she feels comfortable enough with you to discuss plans that extend beyond the present. She is letting you in, opening the door to a bigger picture. The principles of Stoic wisdom teach us that clarity and patience are essential in every part of life. And when someone brings up the future, it means they are serious, not just entertained by the momentary. What should you do if this happens? Take note and recognize it for what it is: a commitment to the future, not just a passing infatuation. You should view it as an opportunity to connect on a deeper level. The Stoics advise us to think not only about the present, but about our actions' long-term consequences. It's not enough to simply exist in the moment. We must be constantly preparing for the future. Her talking about a future with you is a step forward in that direction. This is no light-hearted chit-chat. It's a deliberate conversation that speaks volumes. You must understand the weight of what she's doing here. It's like a soldier sharpening his sword in preparation for the battle ahead. She's letting you know that she values you beyond today, beyond tomorrow. If you're smart, you'll recognize that the way to nurture this interest is to be steady and grounded in your own life, like an iron mind that holds firm against the winds of uncertainty. Do not falter in your approach to life and to her. Show her that you too envision a shared future. When you approach life and relationships with the same fortitude and clarity, you attract others who are equally strong in their commitments. And finally, don't mistake this for a casual moment. This is a turning point in the relationship. When she starts talking about the future, she's actively imagining you as a part of it. Don't take this lightly. She's not playing games. She's making you a part of her bigger picture. And if you're wise, you will make yourself worthy of that place. A woman's words about the future should not be ignored. They are a mirror of her intentions. Be the man who lives by Stoic principles and shows that he is ready to build that future alongside her. Sign 8. The deep listening. There's a powerful, often overlooked indicator of attraction that many men fail to recognize. It's when she listens to you, truly listens. Not just in passing or out of politeness, but with full, undivided attention. She will remember small details from your previous conversations, things you might think she's forgotten, and bring them up without you having to remind her. If she references your passions, your thoughts, or your concerns in an insightful way, it's a clear sign that she values not only what you say, but also you as an individual. This level of attentiveness isn't just surface level. It signals a deep emotional investment. When a woman listens this way, it's a reflection of her desire to understand you on a deeper, more personal level. In the Old Stoic teachings, we are reminded that true wisdom comes not just from speaking, but from listening. The great Stoic philosophers understood that the ability to listen deeply is essential for forming strong, meaningful relationships. This is not about simply nodding along or offering empty responses. No, deep listening is about engaging with the essence of the words, reflecting on them, and responding with thoughtfulness. In this way, she isn't just showing interest, she's actively creating a bond with you, a bond built on genuine emotional connection. It's not just the exchange of words, but the understanding between them that matters most. If she's genuinely listening to you, you'll notice it in the way she recalls specific conversations and uses that information to ask insightful follow-up questions. She's making an effort to understand who you are and what drives you. This is far from being a casual exchange. It's a dance of sorts, where both parties are engaged emotionally, intellectually, and even spiritually. A deep listener doesn't simply hear, she processes, retains, and then returns that information in a way that strengthens the connection. Think about this. In today's world, when distractions are constant, phones, emails, social media, true attention is a rare commodity. And yet, when a woman gives you her full focus, when she listens to you with intention, it's a powerful sign that she sees you as more than just a passing figure in her life. She's showing you that she values your thoughts, opinions, and feelings. She is emotionally invested in the dynamic that you share. These signs are not random. They are clear signals that she's genuinely into you. They're not about playing games or trying to win your affection. They're about real, authentic connection. So take notice. Pay attention to how she listens to you. Do not overlook the power of deep listening. The path of wisdom, both in the teachings of the Stoics and in life itself, shows us that meaningful relationships are founded on understanding. The more you engage with her, the more she'll open up to you, and the deeper your connection will grow. Don't let these signals pass unnoticed. They are your roadmap, guiding you toward a relationship built on genuine emotional intimacy. Remember the old Stoic rule: stay present. When you're fully engaged in the moment and attuned to her signals, you can recognize these signs for what they truly are, proof that she's already into you, and that you're on the right path to building something real. So, there you have it, 8 subtle signs that she's into you, from the lingering eye contact to the playful tease, the subtle touch, the curiosity factor, the mirror effect, and the effortless glow. These are all clues that she's sending your way. Did you recognize any of these from your own experiences? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and insights. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might need this advice. Understanding these signs can completely change the way you approach dating and relationships, and sharing this knowledge could help someone else level up too. And hey, if you're new here, welcome to Stoicism Win, the place where we break down human behavior, relationships, and self-improvement with a grounded, practical approach. If you're ready to take control of your dating life, build deeper connections, and become the best version of yourself, hit that subscribe button and join the Stoicism Win community. We're all about growth, clarity, and mastering the game of life. Don't forget to tap the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. Also, if you want to dive even deeper into understanding attraction and relationships, check out the links in the description for more resources, including our free guide on decoding body language and building confidence. It's packed with actionable tips to help you take your dating life to the next level. Thanks for watching, and remember, understanding these signs is just the beginning. When you start paying attention to her behavior and the subtle signals she's sending, you'll see opportunities everywhere. Relationships are all about connection, and the more you understand these little details, the more confident you'll feel in navigating them. This is Stoicism Win. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and keep striving to be the best version of yourself. Stay tuned for more videos like this, where we dive deeper into relationships, communication, and personal growth. And remember, the journey to mastering relationships starts with understanding yourself first. So take what you've learned today, put it into action, and watch how your connections transform. See you in the next one. No money, no looks. This is how to make women love you. Stoicism. Old Stoic wisdom. What if everything you were taught about attraction was wrong? Not the money, not the muscles, not even the smooth talk. What truly makes a woman fall for you isn't what you have, it's who you are. You've been sold a lie that you need to impress her with flash and flare. But deep down you know it's all temporary. Looks fade, charm wears off, wallets shrink, but a grounded man, a man who carries peace in a storm and walks with quiet certainty, that's unforgettable. It's not your status that captivates her. It's the stillness in your presence, the way you hold eye contact like nothing can shake you. That's what her instincts are drawn to. That's what makes her feel safe, even if she can't explain why. Right now, you might feel like you're not enough, like something's missing. But here's the truth. Presence is earned through discipline, not decoration. This is your moment to stop chasing and start becoming. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. And the moment you stop trying to impress is the moment you start to attract. Love is the reward of presence, not performance. Inspired by Stoic wisdom. If you're ready to reclaim your power, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. And drop this in the comments to affirm it. I lead with strength, not status. Number 1. The calm that captivates. In a world obsessed with flashy cars, sculpted looks, and fat bank accounts, what if I told you that the true key to making a woman genuinely love you has nothing to do with those things? What if the rarest and most powerful trait you can develop isn't your wealth or appearance, but your ability to remain calm, centered, and emotionally grounded no matter what's happening around you? This is what Old Stoic wisdom teaches us, that stillness, not showmanship, is the real force of attraction. While most men are trained to perform, flooding women with compliments, trying too hard, overthinking every word or gesture, the Stoic man understands a deeper truth. True influence is built in silence, not noise. The moment you stop chasing is the moment she starts noticing. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, no man is free who is not master of himself. And that's the difference. When you master your emotions, you stop reacting to her moods, her games, her silences. You become the stable point in her emotional storm. She may test you, ignore you, or even try to provoke you, but when she sees that none of it shakes you, that her silence doesn't break your rhythm, that her disapproval doesn't rattle your peace, something changes. She begins to lean in, not because you're cold, but because you're composed. Your emotional independence makes her curious. Your stillness draws her in. Instead of acting out of desperation, you connect with presence. Speak to her soul, not just her face. Don't say, "You're hot." Say, "I love how your voice softens when you talk about your childhood. That's real to me." Suddenly, it's not a line. It's an experience. Add sincerity. When she shares something personal, respond with, "Thank you for trusting me with that. I see how much it means to you." Those words linger in her heart far longer than flattery ever could. And when conflict comes, and it will, don't fall into the trap of apologizing just to smooth things over. Apologize when it matters, but never to avoid tension or discomfort. That quiet strength tells her you're not afraid of complexity. You're here to stand, not to bend. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This shows up in your posture too. Your shoulders relaxed, your eyes steady, your movements slow and intentional. You don't fidget, you don't rush, you don't perform. You occupy space with ease, not to dominate, but to simply be. And when she pulls away, when a date goes south, when life throws you curveballs, you don't crumble. You observe, you adapt, you let your presence speak louder than your words. That silence, It becomes a mirror. She sees herself reflected in your unshaken calm, and she begins to wonder, who is this man who isn't trying to win me, yet is drawing me closer? That's when attraction stops being about games and starts being about gravity. You're not molding yourself into what she wants. You're becoming exactly who you're meant to be, with or without her. And because of that, she wants to be part of your journey. Not because you pursued her, but because you built a life so magnetic, she can't help but be drawn into it. So now, take a moment and ask yourself, are you trying to impress, or are you trying to embody something real? If you're ready to stop chasing and start becoming, drop a comment below and say, I don't chase approval, I become undeniable. Let's hear how this message resonated with you. What does emotional presence mean to you in today's world? Number 2, don't chase, attract. This is the ancient Stoic reversal of desire that most men miss entirely in modern relationships. The harder you chase a woman, the more distant she becomes. Not because you're unworthy, but because desperation carries an unmistakable scent that even the most subtle instincts can detect. Neediness repels, not because women are cruel, but because it signals instability. Many men fall into the trap of thinking that pursuit is power, that flooding her phone with messages and over-explaining emotions will win her over. But the Stoics knew better. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That strength isn't loud or flashy. It's calm, composed, deeply rooted. Real attraction, the kind that makes her heart race in silence, doesn't come from the chaos of effort, but from the stillness of presence. A man who does not require her emotional response to regulate his own state becomes infinitely more magnetic, not less. The moment you stop reacting, you stop orbiting her energy, and instead become the center of gravity. When she tests you with sarcasm, with distance, or with silence, and you remain unmoved, not out of arrogance, but because you understand the deeper game, you begin to embody what Stoicism is all about: calm amidst provocation, peace amidst pressure. You don't need to flinch, explain, or prove anything. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting her own behavior back to her. Suddenly, she's leaning in, not because you begged for attention, but because your lack of need stirred her curiosity. Why doesn't he seem affected, she wonders, and in that moment, her thoughts become tethered to your poise. Stoicism is not cold indifference. It's measured response. You don't ignore to manipulate. You withhold to protect your energy because your attention is earned, not handed out like a flyer on a street corner. You no longer see her validation as the goal. Your standard becomes the filter. You are not a performer auditioning for approval. You are already living your worth with or without applause. If she recognizes it, great. If she doesn't, you part ways with calm dignity, not bitterness. That unshakable detachment doesn't make you cold, it makes you untouchable. This right here is your Stoic advantage, the ability to stay grounded while others are thrown by the wind. In a world addicted to reaction, your calm becomes revolutionary. When you master your inner frame, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you become the man others revolve around, not because you pulled them in, but because they can't help but be drawn to your stillness. So let go of the need to chase. Let go of the urge to perform. Instead, become so centered, so anchored in your own essence, that she finds herself gravitating toward you, not because you demanded her attention, but because she feels the invisible pull of your presence. This is the art of selective energy. This is Stoic attraction. Comment below, I attract by staying still. I don't chase. I choose. Number 3, speak less, mean more. In a world that rewards noise and celebrates the loudest man in the room, the real power belongs to the man who masters silence and speaks with unshakable intention. Most men babble to be liked. They flood conversations with flattery, jokes, and over-explaining, thinking the more they say, the more they're worth. But here's the truth. The man who controls his words controls the room. And in the realm of love, he controls her attention. A Stoic doesn't speak to impress. He speaks to connect. His words are deliberate. They're anchored in presence. He doesn't throw her name around like a trick. He uses it like a scalpel. You know what I love about you, Anna? That's surgical precision. That's how you cut through her defenses and reach her core. It's not about the surface. It's about making her feel seen, not just looked at. Seen. Instead of saying, "You're beautiful," like every other man on autopilot, the Stoic man says, "There's a fire in the way you express yourself. That kind of energy is rare. Now she's not just a pretty face. She's a force, and she feels it." The Stoic man thanks her, not because he's trying to be polite, but because he's present enough to value the exchange. Thanks for sharing that with me. Short, powerful, human. That single sentence builds a bridge of trust. And when he apologizes, it's not for being quiet. It's not for being different. It's when it matters, when it's true. Because real strength doesn't lie in never being wrong. It lies in knowing when to stand still and when to bow with honor. His words? They're not robotic. They're responsible, measured, grounded. And here's where the psychological magnetism kicks in. He's not afraid of silence. He doesn't rush to fill every second with noise. He lets silence breathe. Why? Because silence pulls. It draws her in. It makes her lean forward, not back. Most men talk her into boredom. The Stoic man talks her into memory, into meaning, into magnetism. And that's why she remembers him. Long after the jokes fade, long after the noise disappears, he stays, because his words meant something. Wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools because they have to say something. That's Plato, and that's your new mantra. Speak less, mean more. Let your voice be a rare sound, not a common echo. Because when your words are rare, they gain value. Like gold, don't perform, don't pretend. Tune in, look her in the eye, and only speak if what you say deepens the connection, not distracts from it. Let her feel the power of your presence before a single word leaves your lips. This is the Stoic's edge. This is your new standard. Comment below. I don't speak to impress. I speak to connect. And if this message hits home, like subscribe and share it with another man who's ready to lead with presence, not noise. Number 4, move like you mean it. The core of Stoic magnetism isn't found in your words, your wallet, or your looks. It's embedded in how you carry yourself when no one's watching. Before you say a single word, your energy has already entered the room. Your walk, your breath, your posture, they speak louder than any pickup line ever could. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, said Marcus Aurelius. And this is exactly what that means. A grounded man doesn't chase approval. He radiates calm certainty. He doesn't fidget or overcompensate. His shoulders aren't puffed with ego, and his movements aren't desperate for validation. Every motion, from the way he sits to the way he reaches for a glass, feels earned and deliberate. The Stoic man doesn't wander. He arrives. And when he does, her instincts register something different, something rare. Not a man who needs to be liked, but one who sees without needing permission to see. When he looks at her, he doesn't stare her down to dominate or look away in submission. His eyes speak, I acknowledge you. I recognize you. But I don't need anything from you. That gaze is rare and magnetic. Think about posture too. A Stoic man stands tall, not to impress, but because there's nothing inside him pulling him down. No tension, no noise. Just presence. A man who's reconciled with his own demons doesn't need to take up space. His energy does it for him. And when she speaks, especially about things that are small, easily forgotten, he remembers. He listens without needing to respond. Because attention is not about reaction, it's about reflection. When he brings up that obscure author she mentioned last week in casual conversation, when he notices the subtle stress in her tone, and responds with peace instead of panic, that's what creates gravity. That's what separates men who try to impress from men who leave an impression. And in modern life, this stillness is your greatest advantage. In a world addicted to noise, speed, and flashy performance, the man who walks slow, breathes deep, and speaks less, but with clarity, stands out like a lighthouse in a storm. So don't move to be noticed. Move like you mean it. Let your body follow your principles, not your impulses. And as you do, you'll discover what old Stoic wisdom has always whispered. You don't need to chase admiration when you walk in alignment with who you are. She won't remember what you wore or how many followers you had, but she will remember how safe, seen, and steady she felt in your presence. That is power. That is Stoicism in motion. Comment below. I move with presence, not performance. What part of this resonated most with you? Let's talk in the comments. Number 5. Respond with peace. This is not just advice. It is a weapon in a world of emotional chaos. In today's dating landscape, where men are taught to fix, chase, and explain, the truly powerful man, the Stoic, chooses something else entirely: stillness. And this stillness is not apathy, it is strength. Anyone can be calm when things go well, but a real man reveals himself when things fall apart. As Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So when the food arrives late on a date, when the conversation stumbles, or when she pulls back with coldness in her tone, most men panic. They lean in, apologize, try to rescue the moment. But you? You smile with calm eyes. You remain rooted in your presence. You don't see the moment as bad. You see it as neutral. You know the only thing that gives it power is your response. And when you remain centered, grounded, peaceful, she feels it. That calm becomes the atmosphere around you. It tells her, this man is not controlled by conditions. He is the condition. And in a world where emotional chaos is the norm, your peace becomes magnetic. Now, let's talk about when she becomes distant. She cancels plans. She pulls away. The average man immediately loses control, texting, seeking answers, chasing closure. But you step back too, not as some manipulative game, but as a mark of self-respect. A Stoic doesn't need to control her to feel secure. He allows her to flow like the river flows to the sea. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That's why you don't meet emotion with more emotion. You meet it with grounded observation. You become the mountain in the storm, not the leaf in the wind. You see her emotional waves, but you do not surf them. You let her retreat if she must, knowing she'll feel your calm absence more than your desperate presence. And that absence will often draw her back, not because of pressure, but because of the safety you radiate. In relationships, this becomes even more crucial. When she tests you, when she lashes out, when her emotions flare, it's tempting to defend, correct, or push back. But the Stoic man sees something deeper. The moment is not about control, but reflection. Your stillness becomes a mirror, and in that mirror she sees the difference between reaction and wisdom. You breathe instead of biting back. You hold your peace instead of your pride. That's not weakness, it's leadership. Emotional leadership. The kind that says, I don't need to overpower this moment. I am the moment in a world full of men who react. You become the rare man who transcends. And that, more than any look, any status, any dollar in your bank account, is what makes you unforgettable. So next time she pulls away, gets cold, or throws fire at you, don't flinch. Don't chase. Just breathe, watch, and hold your ground. That's when she'll start to feel something she didn't expect. Admiration, then curiosity, then attraction. Because peace is not passive, it's powerful. And the man who responds with peace, he becomes the one she respects, and eventually, the one she loves. Now I want to hear from you. Comment below. I respond with peace, not panic. Let the world see you walk in that power. Number 6. Don't perform, transform. In a world where most men scramble to impress, to bend, to perform for a woman's approval, there stands a rare kind of man who refuses to be anything but real. And that is exactly why he becomes irresistible. the average man imitates. He adapts to her tastes. He censors his truth. He trims his rough edges and plays a role, hoping she'll applaud the act. But as the Stoics taught us, to trade your soul for approval is the ultimate form of self-betrayal. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." And that's the core of this message. The Stoic man does not perform, he transforms, not to become someone else, but to become fully and unapologetically himself. He does not wear a mask. He does not recite lines. He does not beg for applause. He simply stands clear, direct, and unshakable. And that clarity, that inner alignment, radiates power. Women are not drawn to the man who echoes back her opinions. They are drawn to the man who knows his own. Because while boys adapt to be liked, men evolve to be respected. This transformation begins when you stop hiding behind performance and start living your truth. That means speaking honestly, even when your voice shakes. It means honouring your values, even when they clash with hers. It means being okay with not being everyone's cup of tea, because you'd rather be real than be liked. And here's the paradox that most men miss. When you stop trying to be liked, people start respecting you, especially her. Because she sees the difference, she feels the weight of your presence, she senses the integrity behind your choices. And that's when something primal happens. She leans in, not because of your money, not because of your looks, but because you have something that can't be faked, inner gravity. That kind of man doesn't ask for attention, he commands it, because he's on a mission, he has purpose, he trains his body, sharpens his mind, leads with clarity, and every decision he makes echoes confidence, not from ego, but from alignment. And when pressure comes, he doesn't flinch, he doesn't collapse, he anchors, deep, calm, decisive. That's amor fati in action, loving your fate, owning your path, becoming the rock in the storm, not the leaf in the wind. You want to attract her? Don't rehearse a script, live a life worth watching. Build something. Lead something. Protect something. Be a man whose actions speak so loudly that your presence becomes unforgettable. She will notice, not because you asked her to, but because your essence made it impossible not to. And remember, the more aligned you are with your truth, the more the world, including her, aligns with you. So don't dilute yourself to be digestible. Don't perform for her attention. Become so solid, so centered, that she recognizes you not as an act, but as a force. Now comment below. I don't perform, I become. And if this message hit you deep, if it reminded you of the man you're called to be, subscribe and share this with a brother who needs to hear it. The world needs fewer actors and more anchors. Be the latter. Number 7. Master yourself and everything else follows. That's not just a rule, it's a revelation. Attraction isn't about charm, cheesy lines, or over-calculated strategies. It's about presence, and presence comes from self-mastery. As Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When a man truly owns himself, his thoughts, his responses, his silence, he enters a different frequency that can't be faked, and women feel it instinctively. He no longer needs to chase, impress, or pretend. People, especially women, begin to feel drawn to him, not because of what he does, but because of what he embodies. This isn't about playing it cool or masking insecurity. It's about becoming a man who is already whole. His calm isn't for show. It's the natural result of inner discipline. His silence isn't awkward. It's rich with meaning. His detachment doesn't scream disinterest. It whispers freedom. And that, my friend, is where real power lies. A Stoic man isn't memorable because he floods her inbox with attention. He's unforgettable because he held his ground when others would have scrambled. He didn't beg for affection, didn't lose his center when she tested the waters or pulled away. Instead, he stood still, anchored, firm, unbothered. And in that stillness, she felt something she couldn't quite explain. Safety, curiosity, and reverence. She didn't just see a man, She experienced a presence, a man who didn't flinch, didn't overreact, and didn't chase, a man who responds instead of reacts, who observes instead of assumes, who chooses instead of begs. This kind of energy can't be faked or forced. It comes from mastery, from choosing emotional discipline over outbursts, from taming the mind instead of being ruled by its impulses, from living intentionally instead of performing for attention. You see, when you master yourself, every part of your life levels up. Your relationships, your business, your leadership, or your influence, you become a man of quiet authority, not noise. And here's the truth most won't tell you. Peace is the most magnetic force on earth. In a world of men who are desperate to be seen, the one who doesn't need attention becomes the most noticeable. When you stop chasing and start choosing, when you stop performing and start being, you don't just attract love, you command respect. You become the blueprint, the man she thinks about when others fail to measure up. She may not be able to explain why, but she'll feel it in her bones. That's the Stoic way, not glamorous, not loud, but undeniable. So build that stillness within you. Find that inner command and let your energy do the talking. Comment below. When I mastered myself, the rest came to me. Let's hear from you. What part of yourself are you mastering right now? Thanks so much for staying with me until the end, my friend. That alone shows you're not like the average man. You're searching for something deeper, something real. And I respect that. Let me leave you with this. Too many men out here are exhausting themselves trying to impress, flashing cash, chasing trends, trying to look like someone they're not. But the truth we just uncovered together is this. Real attraction doesn't come from showing off. It comes from showing up as the man who's in control of himself, who doesn't chase love but builds a life so grounded, so clear, so steady, that the right woman feels it without you needing to say a word. You don't need more money. You don't need better looks. What you do need is presence, emotional clarity, inner direction. You become magnetic the moment you stop trying to impress and start expressing who you are with confidence and peace. The man who builds quietly becomes the man who attracts naturally. So my final advice to you is this. Stop comparing, stop performing, and start living like a man who knows his value. Let your peace be your power, and your silence be your magnet. If this message spoke to you, like the video, subscribe for more powerful Stoic wisdom, and drop a comment below. I build quietly. I attract naturally. I want to hear your story, your thoughts, and your growth. Keep walking strong. You're not becoming just a man. You're becoming a force.